Hello everybody, I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to my new channel where I'm going to be guiding you through movement, whether it is Pilates inspired, strength based, whatever it may be, we're in it together and I will be guiding you through all of it. It is December 1st, which means it's Christmas time and I love Christmas. I love the holidays. It is my absolute favorite time of the year, even more than the summertime, even though some people might think I'm a little bit crazy for that one, but I don't care. Today is going to be just a signature Pilates with Paula burn, which means we're going to be using the ball. This is the only prop that you'll need throughout the class. I will say, if you do want a set of weights, please feel free to grab them. I'm just going to do this without the weights so that we can minimize the props as much as possible, because I'm sure most of you are doing this from home, so you might not have that much equipment from home, so I'm going to try to minimize it as much as possible. With that being said, I think we're ready to get started. I'm going to start off by laying down on my back, and I'm keeping the ball close by just so that I don't have to sit up and reach for it after, as long as it doesn't roll away. So just keep it at your side so that you don't have to sit up for it later. You're gonna just have your palms relaxing on your belly here. Feet are nice and flat on the mat. Knees are facing the ceiling. Before we get into any movement, we're just gonna connect with our breath here and work through some pelvic tilts. We're taking a nice inhale through the nose. You're gonna be over exaggerating that arch through your lower back, which just means if you slide your hand underneath your low back, there should be a lot of space from the floor and that low back, lumbar spine. On your exhale, you're gonna start to tuck that tailbone under, tuck your hips, press your low back into the mat, and you're in your imprinted spine. I don't know if you could have seen my spine here, but if you slide that hand underneath, you won't be able to actually get under there. So that's your imprint. Reset. Inhale through the nose, finding that arch through low back. And exhale through the mouth, tuck that tailbone under, find that imprinted spine. Amazing job. Reset. Inhaling here. You could do this at your own pace. You don't have to wait for my count. We're just going to do this a few more times here. Let's do it one more time. When you come into that imprint, start to pull the knees into chest. You're hugging the knees in, and we'll just find a gentle rock side to side, massaging that lumbar spine, which is your low back, into the mat. Maybe you start to roll out those ankles a little. One more big tight hug. And let's bring our feet back to the mat. Let's reach for that ball. It's gonna go in between your knees here. So the ball is up high, just like this. We're going to be interlocking the fingers and we're supporting the back of our neck. Elbows are going to be open nice and wide here. We start with our head down. Feet are still on the mat. Knees are facing the ceiling. And just find a gentle little squeeze of that ball. So from here, we're inhaling, finding that neutral spine. So just the natural curvature of your spine. We're not overarching here. Just keep it nice and neutral here. We're taking that inhale. On your exhale, you're coming into that imprinted spine. You curl head, neck, and shoulders up through center. Inhale, reset, lower the head down, neutral spine. Exhale, find that imprint, and we curl all the way up. Nice job. Think of sending bottom of your rib cage to top of your hip bones as you curl up. Amazing. And let's bring it back in. Keeping the elbows open, nice and wide the whole time. You're finding a nice gentle squeeze through that ball, engaging your inner thighs here. Maybe we start to add on. The next time you curl yourselves up, maybe you float the knees into tabletop. Toes tap, head lowers down. Great job. Exhale, knees pull in. Inhale, toes tap. Looking good. Keeping that squeeze of the ball. Let's work for 4. Let's work for 3, Try to stay light through the toes. Just your toes are tapping down. Let's work for 2. On your last one, let's hold that crunch. Elbows stay open, nice and wide. Just your toes are tapping the mat and knees lift up. So think the further your toes reach away from your bum, the more you're going to feel this in your lower abs. And notice if your toes are lowering down and you're really overarching through your spine like that, then maybe only lower halfway. So just a halfway lower, all the way lift. Okay, halfway lower, all the way lift. Even if you're not in that imprinted spine, at least try to keep a neutral spine here. If you're overarching, then you just go halfway, the same way I'm doing it right now. Amazing. If you can tap your toes all the way down, that's also great. Exhale, lift the knees up. Inhale, tap the toes. Heels are floating in space the whole time. Let's go for another 4. And lift. Nice job. Let's go for 3. And lift. We have another 2. On that last one, knees come into tabletop. Let's start to stretch our legs nice and long this time, and we pull the knees back in. So inhale, stretch the legs, reach your toes to the wall in front of you. Exhale, pull the knees in. If your neck is ever hurting, your head can come down, arms can come to your sides, and you keep working through this. Amazing. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull the knees in. Beautiful. This is going to be a little bit more challenging than what we just did. Squeeze those inner thighs. You got this. Let's go for another 4. Let's go for another 3. Maintaining that imprint or neutral spine here for 2. On that last one, legs stay nice and long. Start to crisscross your legs. Ball is in between your knees for 6. Let's go for 5. Here for 4. Nice job. 3, 2. Bring them back through center on 1. If you need to fix that ball, then you fix the ball. Keep the legs nice and long. Reach those palms forward, and we start to pump the palms up and down. Maybe the legs are up towards the ceiling. If you're looking for more, then you lower the legs as far as you can. Nice job. Trying to keep that imprint or neutral spine. Beautiful. Maybe lift those shoulder blades a little bit higher up. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring it in. Ooh, on 1. Ooh, we're going to do just a little bit more before we sit up. So we're keeping the ball in between our knees. Just bring it a little bit further forward towards your face. And you're going to see why in a second. Knees are coming into tabletop here. Now, if you don't want to use the ball, that's fine. You could do this without the ball. Hopefully I'm not too loud since my mic is right here. Interlocking the fingers, hands go behind your head. From here, we're going to start to twist towards the left side. So right elbow goes towards the ball. Okay, now you have the ball in between right elbow and left knee. We're stretching that right leg nice and long. Pull the right knee in. Ball goes in between both knees and switch sides. Left elbow and right knee is supporting the ball. Stretch that left leg nice and long. We bring it in, switch sides. Amazing work. So every time you switch sides, both knees are keeping that ball stable so that you can twist through that upper body side to side. Amazing job. Let's keep on working through this. You don't have to use the ball. Literally just do this exact movement without the ball in between your elbow and your knee. Inhale, stretch that leg. Exhale, pull the knee in, and we switch. Nice job. Let's work for another 4 here. You're almost at the end. Let's work for another 3. Here for 2. Nice job. On that last one, you're keeping your left leg nice and long. Ball is in between left elbow and right knee. we're gonna start to pulse your left leg up and up, just an inch. Nice job. Keep that ball stable. Amazing. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the leg on one. Start to pulse that elbow towards that right knee. Nice job. Keep pulsing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We hold on one. Start to pulse the knee in towards the elbow this time. Right knee pulses in and in. If you want, that left foot can find the mat just for a little extra support, and keep on pulsing here. Let's work for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On that last one, draw the left knee in. Ball goes in between both knees, and we switch sides. Send that right leg nice and long. We pulse it up and up. Nice work. You have 8, 7. You got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it long on one. Pulse the right elbow in to the ball. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Now pulse the left knee in towards the ball. Keep on going. That right foot can find the mat just for a little extra support. You got this. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On that last one, pull the right knee in. Ball is in between both knees. Hands go behind your head. Send the toes up towards the ceiling here. If you need to fix that ball, goes right in between your knees, toes up towards the ceiling. Maybe you're holding that crunch. You start to flex your feet, drop your legs down as far as you can, point the toes and lift it back up. Flex and lower, squeeze those inner thighs, point and lift. It's looking really strong. Even though I can't see you, I know that you're doing amazing here. Remember how I said, try to keep that imprint as you lower the legs, or at least neutral spine. If you're overarching as you drop the legs, then maybe it's a smaller range of motion. So maybe the legs even just lower a little down and then back up. Little lower, back up. Nice job. Let's go for 4 and lift. Let's go for 3. You got this. You're almost at the end. We have 2. Whew. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Sorry, I didn't say that sooner. On that last one, let's lower those legs halfway down. Pulse those legs up and up, just an inch. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and we bring it in. Whew. On 1. Take the ball out. Take a minute. If you want, you can hug the knees into chest, or maybe feet find the mat and do a windshield wiper side to side if that feels good for you. Amazing. We're going to come to sitting up from here. Now that our core is nice and warm, let's sit up. Just putting my hair back so that it's out of my face. I'm coming to my hands and knees. I'm going to be placing the ball behind my right leg. So I'm bending through my right knee, trying to press my calf into the ball to keep it stable. Right knee is starting on the mat. Both hands are down. Wrists are underneath the shoulders here. And my left leg is sending back, curling my left toes under. This is my start position, just like this. From here, I'm going to keep my elbows tucked in towards the sides of my body. Try not to let the elbows flare out. My right knee is staying down for now. I'm going to start to extend my left leg up towards the ceiling as I bend my elbows down for that push-up. Press the palms back up. Left toes find the mat. Left leg lifts down into that push-up. Toes come down. Extend through those arms. So notice how my elbows are staying glued to the sides of my body here. I'm not letting the elbows flare out. Amazing. Inhale, bend the elbows down. Exhale, back up. We're going to start to add on from here. As I tuck my left toes under, I'm going to send my right heel up. Right knee drops. Left leg up, down for that push-up you go. Back up. Take that right knee off the mat. Send heel to ceiling. Right knee comes down and push up here. Amazing work. So kind of everything's working right now. You're feeling your triceps working, your upper body is working for that push up, and then your core is working when you're in that high plank. A right glute is starting to fire up as well. Also hamstring, because you're trying to squeeze that ball nice and tight, and your hamstring has to be engaged so that the ball doesn't fly away, or roll away, I should say. Nice job. Looking good. Inhale down into that push-up. Exhale back up. Inhale, kick that heel to sky. Exhale, knee comes down. Nice work. We're almost done here before we add on. Let's go for another 4. And up. Whew. Let's go for another 3. We have 2. Don't forget to breathe. You got this. On that last one, we're up in that high plank. Just that right heel lifts up. Knee comes in. Kick it up. Maybe next time you pull the knee in, you round through spine. Nice. And back up. Whew. You got this. Inhale, kick. Exhale, tuck the knee in. Let's go for 4. And in. We have 3. Here for 2. Woo. Hold that heel up on 1. Pulse the heel up. Squeeze that glute. Squeeze your core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On that last one, drop your right knee. Lift up your left leg. Bend the elbows halfway down. Let's pulse that push up and down. Nice job. You have 6. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. All the way up on 1. Extend through the arms. Left knee comes down. I'm going to send my right heel up towards the ceiling here. Both hands are down. Left knee is down. We're going to tap our elbows to the mat. You're crossing right knee over left. Back up on your palms. Heel reaches up. Beautiful. So inhale, we tap it down. Tap the elbows. Cross the knee over. Exhale, press that heel up. Press it up on your palms. Nice job. If you notice the ball feels like it's about to slide away, roll away, then you can fix it. Nice. So instead of coming in for like an actual push-up, your elbows are just tapping down. So it's not your normal push-up here. And we press it back up. But we are going to add a normal push-up right now. Next time your heel lifts up, you're on your palms. Now start to lower your chest down. Elbows come through the sides of your body. Press it back up. Tap your elbows. Cross the knee. Amazing work. So there's a few parts to this series here. We're almost at the end. Woo! Exhale up. Inhale down for that push-up. Exhale, we press it back up. Nice job. Inhale, tap the elbows. Exhale, lift. Inhale down for push-up. Exhale, back up. Woo! I'm feeling my glute. My right glute is working. Hamstring is working. And I feel my triceps as well. Amazing job. Let's go for another 4 here. You can do it. We're almost at the end. Let's go for 3 and up. You got this. Here for 2. Whew. Almost done. On that last one, all the way up on your palms. Heel is up towards the ceiling. Pulse the heel up and up. I feel like the ball is about to roll away. It's fine. Keep on going. Squeeze that glute. You have 8. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's bring it in on 1. Let's take the ball out and let's move on from here. So I'm starting here, right foot forward, left foot back. Ball is in my right hand and I'm pressing the other end of the ball up against my right thigh. My left fingertips go behind my ear and I'm gonna stand up from here. So my right foot is forward, left toes are back, my back heel is lifted up and away from the mat. The ball is right above your knee. I'm separating my stance quite a bit just because we're gonna start to bend into that front knee and you don't want your knee going super past the ankle. So you gotta separate, widen your stance so that that doesn't happen. So on my inhale, the ball is dragging down. I'm bending into that front knee. On my exhale, press into your right heel. Extend at both legs, we restack the spine. Nice job. Inhale, hinge at those hips. You're still keeping the chest open as you hinge forward. Exhale, press through that heel, extend the legs, restack the spine. Nice job. So you're feeling it all through that front leg. You're noticing my back leg stay straight the whole time, and this is what we're maintaining here. Whew. Make sure you're exhaling on the way up, and we inhale on the way down. Maybe you try to peel your right toes off the mat so that you can really shift your weight into the heel of your foot. Looking strong. Let's go for another 3 here until we stay down. You got this. Let's go for another 2. And up. On that last one, we're gonna hold it down. So front knee is bent, your back leg is straight. I'm gonna start to drag the ball up towards the head of my right femur. I twist my left elbow towards the ball. Untwist, drag the ball down, twist, drag the ball up. Nice work. So that front knee stays bent the whole time. Back leg is straight. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, untwist. Beautiful movement here. Let's work for another 3 until we add on. And stretch. Let's work for another 2. You could do it. Keep that core engaged. Pull that belly to spine. On that last one, drag the ball down. So right arm is straight. Left elbow is open. Let's start to bend your back knee. We stack that spine. So we're in a 90-90 split squat. Extend your back leg. We hinge forward. Pull the ball in. Untwist. Drag the ball down. Bend your back knee. Stack that spine. Whew, amazing. Hinge forward. Drag it in and twist. Untwist here. Bend your back knee. 90-90 split squat. And hinge. You got this. So we added that little lunge element to this. Nice work. Whew. Let's go for another 4 here. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. You got this. Almost done. On that last one, twist, untwist. Let's hold that lunge. Let's pulse the lunge up and down. Stay heavy through that right leg. You have 8. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring both hands to the ball on 1. Start to extend through that back leg. Again, front knee bent. Let's drag the ball all the way down towards our toes this time. And we pull the ball in and extend both legs nice and straight. Beautiful. Inhale, bend into that front knee. Drag the ball down. Exhale, press through that heel. Extend through that front leg. We're adding on really soon here. This will be optional. You can stay like this if you'd like. We kind of did this at the start. If you're looking for more here, this is where I'm going to give that progression. I'm going to step back so I don't hit the tree. I'm going to start to extend my back leg as I drag the ball down. Back toes find the mat, and I restack that spine up. Amazing job. Inhale, extend through that back leg, drag the ball down towards your toes. Exhale, toes find the mat, and we send it back up. Amazing job. So you might notice that your right foot is coming into a little bit of pronation, supination, which just means you're tilting on that foot the same way I'm doing, side to side. So you're gonna try to press into your big toe, into your pinky toe, and the heel of your foot. So think of a little tripod foot here, and that's how you really help maintain that stability. Nice. Keeping that chest open even as you hinge forward here. Let's go for another 4. You got this. We're almost done. Let's go for another 3. And up. We have 2. Woo. On that last one, let's hold it down here. Maybe back leg is lifted. Maybe toes are on the mat. Just pulse the ball down towards your toes. Maybe that leg stays lifted. Pulse it down. Oh my goodness. Find your balance. You got this. You have 8. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we bring it up Oh my, on one. Oh, okay. We're not here long, I promise you. Promise we're not here long. The ball is gonna go underneath that right heel. Sending my left foot back a little bit more for that right side. I'm gonna come back into that little hinge forward. My arms reaching forward. Now, remember when I said you could reach for weights if you want? This is the point where you could grab a set and have them in your hands. We're rolling our shoulders back, down our spine, front knee is bent, back leg is straight. From here, I'm gonna start to pull the elbows in. I'm tapping my back knee down to the mat. Extend your back leg, extend the arms. Amazing. So I inhale, tap, exhale, stretch. Inhale, tap, exhale, stretch. Looking good. Keep that core nice and tight here. Zip that rib cage in. I'm feeling everything in my right leg. Now my quad is working this time as opposed to my glute because my heel is elevated on that ball. Woo, let's add from here. Extend the arms, extend the legs. Maybe you bring the palms to the mat. If you're holding the weights, then weights come to the mat. Send that right leg back. You're in your high plank. Pull the right knee in. Toes find the mat. Bend the elbows. Tap the knee. Stretch. Slide it into that high plank here. Pull that knee in. Toes find the mat. Beautiful. Elbows bend. Back knee taps. And stretch. If you're looking for more, maybe you come in for a push-up when you're in that high plank. Back up. Drag that foot through. Toes find the mat. Tap. And stretch. Woo, we're almost done. I know I keep on saying that, but I promise you this time, you could trust me, even though I've given you no reason to. Let's work for another 4. Down and up. Let's work for another 3. I know it burns. You could do it. Woo! Let's work for 2. And stretch. One more time. Drag that ball through. Tap that knee down. Tap the pull the elbows in. Knee is hovering an inch or 2 off that mat. Start to pulse it up and down. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch your back leg. Stretch the arms to the mat. Send it out into that high plank here. And we hold, 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 hold. Let's place our left forearm to the mat. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. So we're in our side plank from here. Ball is on the floor. And then your inner right ankle is also touching the ball. From here, start to pull the right knee in. Drag the ball up and stretch that leg nice and long. Drag it out. Amazing. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, stretch it long. If you want, that bottom knee can drop. Make sure that your left forearm is parallel to the top of your mat. Exhale, drag it in. Inhale, stretch it back. Amazing work. You can even do this without the ball. If you don't want to, you just pull the top knee in and stretch it out. Nice. Let's add on from here. We exhale, pull it in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, thread that top arm through. Inhale, stretch. Woo! You got this. Feel that left oblique working here. You could do it in, stretch, and thread. Whew. Let's work for another 4. And out. Let's work for another 3. Here for 2. On your last one, pull the ball in, start to pulse the knee in, pulse the ball in. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch the leg on 1, just thread the arm, and arm reaches up. Oh my God, I know. Keep going, thread. And lift. Let's go for 4. And up, you got this. We have 3. And up, here for 2. Oh my God, one more. Lift the arm up, pulse the hips. You could do it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Right hand finds the mat on 1, left hand finds the mat. And we're in that high plank. Hold it here. Bum down, hips tucked. Just hold. Hold, hold, hold. Start to shift your weight forward. Shift your weight back. Like you're a saw here, sawing forward
and back. Bum stays still. Bum doesn't lift, bum doesn't lower. I'm sweating. Let's go for 4 and back. We have 3. Whoo, here for 2. Oh, and 1 more. Let's bring it in. Wow, that was intense. Send those hips to heels. Stretch it out for a second. Place the ball in between your inner thighs while I fix the mic. Ball in between inner thighs. Now, if you want a set of weights, I would recommend getting them right now, but you don't need them. I'm gonna show you that you don't even need weights for this. But if you do want them, please feel free to grab them right now. We're gonna do some more upper body. Now, we're gonna be on our knees for this, and then be mindful we have that glute series on the other side. So throughout this, if you notice that your knees are hurting you, you can just come to a standing position. You can still have the ball in between your knees, just like this. All the arm movement I'm about to give you, you could just do it up here. Whoop. Or we could stay down here, whatever you would like. So we start by sitting our bum to our heels. We're zipping that rib cage in, pulling that belly in and up. Whew. Elbows stay glued to the sides of your body to start off. Palms face the ceiling. We inhale to prepare. On your exhale, stretch the arms long, squeeze your glutes. We come to high kneel, low kneel, pull the elbows in, and we're hinging at the hips. So hinge forward here. And then exhale, high kneel, stack that spine, slightly squeeze the glutes. Inhale, back to low kneel, hinge at those hips, collarbones stay wide. Amazing. Exhale, we lift it up. Inhale, let's draw it back in. Looking so strong. You can even have a set of wrist weights on. You can hold water bottles into your hands, whatever you want. Okay, if you're not using any weights right now, you might notice you're not feeling anything right now. You will. Let's go for another 2. On that last one, let's stretch the arms forward here. So we're in that high kneel. I'm just gonna move away from the wall so I don't hit it. From here, slight bend in those elbows. I squeeze the glutes, squeeze my inner thighs, start to pulse the palms up and up. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On my last one, keeping my arms forward here. I'm gonna start to open the arms out. My thumbs are pointing towards the back of the room. And then I bring it back through center. My pinky fingers tap as I reach the arms through center. Exhale, open the arms out. Inhale, we bring it back through center. Looking good. Let's keep on working through this. Ooh, we're gonna add on soon. Let's work for 4. And in. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades as you pull the thumbs back. Nice work. Here for 3, I think. Here for 2. Out. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And in. On that last one, arms stay open. Keep wrists, elbows, shoulders in line. We flip the palms down. We flip them up. Flip down. Flip up. Whether you exhale as you flip the palms down, inhale as you flip up, or other way around, I don't care. As long as you're breathing here, you got this. So I'm starting to feel my arms burning up a bit, which means if you have weights, that means that you should also be feeling it too. Beautiful job. Let's keep on working through this. We have another 4 and flip. We have 3. Nice job. Here for 2. On that last one, palms face forward. So thumbs are facing the ceiling. Start to reach the arms overhead. Thumbs tap overhead. Open the arms back out. Pinkies tap your outer thighs. Exhale, arms out and overhead. Tap those thumbs. Inhale, arms out and down to your sides. Nice. Pretend like you're making snow angels here. It's December 1st, which means the snow is out. If you live in one of those colder countries the same way I do, and you're in a competition with your friends here, trying to make the biggest snow angels. Nice job. Exhale, open all the way out. Inhale, we bring it in. Woo, if you're using those weights, I feel like you're probably feeling it by now because I'm feeling it and I don't have any. I think we're at 2. I've done this like 3 times now. Okay, let's just say we're at 1 more. Reach those arms overhead. Keep those fingertips facing the ceiling here. Start to bend the elbows nice and wide into that goalpost shape and stretch the arms overhead. Inhale, bend the elbows nice and wide. Exhale, stretch the arms overhead. Whoo, I'm feeling my shoulders. You should be feeling it too. Nice wide goalpost here and all the way up. Fingertips should be facing the ceiling the whole time. Let's work for another 4 here. Let's work for 3. Here for 2. On that last one, all the way up, bend the elbows wide. We're gonna start to pull the elbows, pull the palms in through center, open the palms out, open the elbows out. Nice job. So palms face each other. Try to pull the elbows in as much as you can, and then open them out away from one another. So you might notice that your elbows might not fully touch on the way in, and that's fine. You just try to bring them in as close together as you can. Maybe they will touch. I don't know. Depends on your range. As long as you're feeling it in your arms, feeling your shoulders, that's all that I care about. If it's a good burn, a good ouch, then keep on going. But if it's something's not normal ouch, then don't bring the elbows together. Ooh, nice job. Let's work for another 4. I'm feeling this right now. I hope everyone else is too. Let's work for another 3. And out. We have 2. On that last one, bring the palms together. Try to bring the elbows as close as you can. Pulse the fingertips up and up. So you're in like a little prayer shape. Try to pull the elbows in as much as you can. This is really burning. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows out on 1. Pulse the fingertips up and up. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, arms all the way overhead on 1. Open the arms out, pinkies tap the hips. Exhale, open the arms out, and thumbs tap overhead. So it's like a little pyramid thing that we just did. We're finishing off the same way we started, or a sandwich method. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I mean. Oh, nice job. We're just going backwards now to how we started. Overhead and tap the pinkies in. Okay, it's a little bit quicker this round. Let's go for another 3 and tap. Let's go for another 2. You got this. And tap. On that last one, arms are open out towards the sides. We flip the palms down. We flip them up. Beautiful. Down and lift. Woo, nice work. Let's go for 6. You got this. We have 5. Wrists, elbows, shoulders in line for 4. For 3. Looking strong for 2. On that last one, palms flip up. Thumbs are facing the backs of the room. Start to bring the pinkies towards one another and then press the palms towards the back of the room. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Amazing. Inhale, we drive it in. Exhale, open out, squeeze the shoulder blades and back in. Nice. We have 4 and in. If you have weights, oh my God. Let's go for 3. Ooh, let's go for another 2. You got this. On that last one, we bring the palms forward, pulse the palms up and up. You have 6, you have 5, 4, 3, 2. We come to low kneel on 1, pull the elbows in, we hinge at those hips. Squeeze the glutes, stretch the arms forward, stack the spine. Inhale, hinge, pull the elbows in. Exhale, stack that spine, stretch the arms. This is where we started. This is where we finish. Let's work for another 4 here. And in. Woo, let's work for another 3. We have another 2. You got it. 1 more, okay? Best one. 1 more. All the way up. And we let that go. Nice. Okay, from here, let's get into that left glute. So we're placing the ball behind our left leg this time. Make sure it's nice and stable. Left knee is bent, so you're squeezing that hamstring. Palms are finding the mat here. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, stretching your right leg back. We start by extending our right leg up. We bend the elbows down for that push-up. Back up on your palms, toes find the mat. Lift your right leg, bend through the elbows, extend through the arms, right toes come down. So we do this at the same time. Amazing work. Exhale or inhale down for that push-up. Exhale back up. We're gonna add on after this one. Whew. Nice job. Let's add on from here. Down for that push-up. Press it up. Right toes curl under. Now send your left heel up. Left knee down. Back for that push-up we go. And up. Whew. Lift. Down. Inhale. Down for that push-up. Exhale up. Inhale, kick that heel. Exhale, knee comes down. Amazing work. So both legs are lifting and lowering. You're starting to engage through that left glute. Left hamstring is squeezed nice and tight so that the ball doesn't roll away. Ooh, my arms are feeling it a little extra this round. Let's go for another 4. And in. Whew. Let's go for 3. Looking strong. Almost done. We go for 2. And in. On your last one, left heel lifted. You pull the left knee in and we kick that heel up. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lift it up. Maybe you start to round through your spine as you pull it in and kick that heel back up. Amazing work. Squeezing through that glute. Pressing your palms away from the mat so that you don't sink into your shoulder blades. Let's go for 4. And up. We go for 3. You got this. Here for 2. Woo. On that last one, heel lifts up, start to pulse it up. And up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring the knee down on 1. Left leg lifts up, right leg lifts up. Bend the elbows halfway down, pulse that push up. For 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, woo, all the way up on 1. Drop your right knee. If you need to fix the ball, then you fix the ball. Left heel is coming up. Ready? We're gonna tap the elbows down. We cross left knee over right. Press it back up on your palms. Heel reaches up to ceiling. Inhale, cross that knee, tap the elbows. Exhale, extend through the arms. Heel lifts up. Nice job. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. You want to think as your heel lifts up, that left quad is parallel to the floor on the way up. Great work. Squeeze that glute. We're almost at the end. Let's start to add on here the same way we did before. Heel lifts up. Bend the elbows down for that push-up. Press it up. Cross that knee. Tap elbows down. Back up. Chest lowers down. Elbows through the sides of your rib cage. Back up. And now your elbows just tap the floor. Amazing. Down and up. We cross. I feel like the ball is about to slide off. Let's keep on going here. Let's go for another 4. My arms are feeling it a lot extra this round. Let's go for 3 and up. Let's go for 2. On that last one, we press it up on our palms, start to pulse that left heel up and up. Ooh, it's burning. Keep on going for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring it in on 1. Take the ball out right away. Let's get into that standing lunge series. I'm gonna stand up from here. So my left foot is forward, right toes are back. Ball is in my left hand. The other side of the ball goes right up against my left thigh, right fingertips behind right ear. I'm extending at both legs to start off, stacking my spine. On my inhale, I'm dragging the ball down towards my knee, bending through that front leg. On my exhale, I press through left heel and I stack the spine, extend the legs. Inhale, bend through that front knee, drag the ball down. Exhale, press through heel, extend the legs up. Nice work. So we did this already. We're just doing it on the other side now, staying even on both legs. Inhale down, exhale lift. If you need to separate your stance a little more, just so that your left knee doesn't go too much further past the ankle, inhale, roll down. Exhale, back up. Let's work for another 4 here until we stay down. Let's work for another 3. We work for 2. Keep that chest open as you hinge forward. On that last one, we hold it down for that lunge. Start to bend through that left elbow. So you're dragging the ball up towards the head of your femur, and we twist that right elbow to left knee. Untwist, drag the ball down. Twist, drag the ball up. Woo, nice work. Exhale, twist, drag up. Inhale, center, drag down. Looking strong. Your back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Maybe peel the toes off the mat so that you can shift your weight into the heel of your foot. Ready to add on here? Untwist, left arm is straight, ball is at your knee. Start to bend your right knee, bring it towards the mat. Hinge forward here, back leg straight. Go into that twist. Untwist, bend your back knee, 90-90 split squat. Hinge forward and twist. Amazing work. So notice my front knee stays bent the whole time. Woo, nice job. We're almost done. Oh, I'm really feeling it through my left leg. Maybe a little more than the right side. Let's work for another 4. Let's work for another 3. You're way more than halfway through this class. We have another 2. On that last one, extend the arm back through center. Hold that 90-90 split squat. Pulse the lunge up and down for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Both hands on the ball. We're going to stretch that back leg nice and long. We drag the ball down towards our toes. And then from here, drag the ball up, extend at both legs. Restack that spine. Only bending through your front knee. Drag the ball down. Press through that heel and restack the spine. Extend the legs. Amazing work. Inhale down. Exhale up. Similar to what we just did, except we have both hands on the ball this time. Woo. Option to add on. I'm going to step away from the tree. Next time you drag the ball down, maybe you start to lift your right leg off the mat. Right toes come down and we stack the spine up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch your back leg, hinging forward here. Exhale, we bring it back up. If you don't feel comfortable extending your back leg off the mat, that's fine, you don't have to. Okay, find your balance here. I'm feeling a little wobbly. It's normal if you're feeling that way. Remember that tripod foot. You're pressing into your big toe, your pinky toe, and the heel of your foot to keep you nice and center. Looks good. Let's go for another 4. Inhale down. Exhale back up. Let's go for another 3. Whew. Let's go for 2. And up. We're holding it down on 1. Maybe back leg is off the mat. Maybe it's down. Just pulse the ball down and down. Nice job. Your back toes can find the mat and keep pulsing down. You have another 6. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Both feet on the mat on 1. Let's place the ball underneath our left heel. Okay, you know what's coming. You know that it's not for long. And then we have those side planks. Just preparing you. Ready? Send both feet back. Same thing as before. I'm cheating. I'm using the wall to keep me stable. This is where if you want to reach for those weights, please feel free to do so. You could have weights in your hands. Pretend I have weights in my hands. From here, my front knee stays bent the whole time. I start to bend the elbows in, tap my back knee to the mat. Stretch the arms, stretch the back leg. Amazing. So inhale, tap. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, tap. Exhale, stretch. You got it. So that front knee stays bent the whole time. Nice. And you're feeling that quad working a little harder than your glute this time since your heel is elevated. Woo. Let's start to add from here. Stretch the arms all the way down to the mat into that high plank. Tuck that left knee in. Left toes find the mat. Tap your back knee, bend the elbows. Stretch the arms down. Drag both legs back into your high plank. And we pull it back in. Toes find the mat before you come in for that lunge. Woo, nice work. Maybe you add a push-up from here, down and up. We bring it in. Oh, little malfunction here. It's okay. Don't worry if that happens. It's normal. Tap, stretch, bring that leg back. Let's work for another 4 here. You could do it. Think of how much stronger you're gonna feel after this. Let's go for another 3. And up, stretch it through. Tap. Let's go for another 2. I know. On that last one, meet me with those left toes on the mat. Heel is up against the ball, okay? Elbows bent in, start to pulse that lunge up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch your back leg, hands to the mat, and we're in that high plank. We hold it here. Bring right forearm to the mat, left arm reaches up, and we're in our side plank. Right forearm down. That ball is on the floor, and then your inner left heel is on top of that ball. From here, we start to drag that ball in, bend through your top knee, and stretch the leg out. Amazing. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, stretch it out. Looks good. You can even do this without the ball. Maybe that bottom knee is dropped as you work through this. Making sure that forearm is parallel with the top of your mat. It looks so good. You know we're adding on soon. And stretch. Let's add on after this one. We drag that ball in, stretch it back, start to thread your top arm through and reach it up. Exhale, pull the knee in. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, stretch the arm up. Nice work. Almost done. Let's work for another 4 here. Let's work for another 3. You got this. Almost at the end. I know I keep on saying that, but I mean it. Let's go for 2. One more time, we thread that needle. Well, you know that's not true actually. Just hold it up in that side plank. Pull the knee in. Start to pulse that knee in for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch the leg back on 1. Just thread that needle through and reach it up. You can do it. Whew, you're so much stronger than you think. Let's go for 3 and lift. We have 2. Whew, almost done. On that last one, hold that side plank and pulse the hips up for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. With control, bring that left hand to the mat, square off those hips. Right hand comes to the mat. And we hold that high plank. Bum is down, hips are tucked. Ready? Start to shift your weight forward. Shift your weight back. Shift it forward. Shift it back. Whew. Last plank here. You can do it. Let's go for 4. And back. 3. Looking so strong. For 2. And let's bring it back on 1. Drop the knees. Oh my, send those hips to heels. That was amazing. I am like, oh, there's literally sweat in my eyes. So I hope that everyone else in the same boat as me right now. Last little thing here, we're going to finish off same way we started with some core work. So the balls of my feet are right on top of the ball itself, and it's going to be right to the top of your mat. Knees are bent facing the ceiling, and I'm going to reach my arms forward. Palms are facing each other. From here, I'm inhaling. I'm lengthening through the crown of my head. On my exhale, I'm going to round through my spine. I'm going to roll halfway back, and I extend the legs nice and long. Pause for inhale. Exhale, pull the knees in, lift your upper body. Amazing. Inhale here. Exhale, stretch the legs. We roll halfway back. Pause for inhale. Exhale, we bring it in. Maybe we start to reach the arms overhead as we pull the knees in, and then arms reach forward as we roll back. Nice job. It's hard to keep that ball stable. The idea here, you want to barely put any weight into the ball right now. Pretend like it's a really, really delicate balloon. And if you even put the teensiest bit of weight on it, it's going to pop. Nice job. Looking so strong. Let's work for another 4 here. And back. Let's work for another 3. And back. You got this. Let's work for 2. On that last one, pull the knees in, arms reach overhead, take the feet off of the ball. So you're in that tabletop position. Maybe stretch the arms nice and long, arms reach forward, stretch the legs nice and long and arms reach forward. Start to flutter the legs. You got this. Round through spine, tuck that tailbone under. You have 6, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here, crisscross the legs. You got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just hold. Hold the legs, hold the arms. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, whoo, and let's bring that in on 1. Wow, that was intense. Oh my gosh, that was intense. As you could tell, my hair looks very different now than it did at the beginning of class. That concludes today's class. Thank you so much for following along. It truly means the world to me. I really hope to see you come back again. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any special requests that you would like for me to do, body focus, timing, props, whatever it is, I love to hear all of it. I really, really hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for following along with me, and I hope to see you again soon.